Okay, since we made B private here by putting two underscores before it, if we are trying to access it outside the class, you can read the message. It says that test object has no attribute B because it is private. You cannot access it directly. Have a look at it once again. Okay, so now we have written a secure code. B is private here. A is still public. We have not modified the excess of A. You can see it here. I have removed B from here, and when I run it, it is showing the value of A, but B is not accessible. Is it clear, Bache?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then there is a concept called name mangling. There is a concept called name mangling through which we can access private members of a we can access private instance members. Now, what does that mean? If I write C1 dot single underscore name of the class double underscore and then B. I repeat, this concept is called name mangling, through which you can access private members of the class. I repeat how we do it. Name right of the object, uh, right name of the object T2 dot single underscore name of the class double underscore name of the private member. So this concept is called name mangling. You can see now we are again able to access private members of the class. Clear हो गया बेटा? हाँ जी, is this thing clear बच्चे?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any doubt up to this point, then let me know. If you have any doubt of any kind, then let me know. I am waiting.
नो सर, सर अभी तो कुछ भी नहीं है। करेंगे उसके बाद पता चल जाएगा, फिर बता देंगे सर आपको डाउट।
Okay. फिर अपने डाउट खुद क्लियर करने की कोशिश करना पहले.
ओके सर।
Okay. Uh, let's continue with this. So, if we talk of class attributes, then we have two types. One is class attributes, or if we talk of attributes alone, and second we have instance attributes. And if we talk of functions or methods, we have uh, instance methods, we have class methods, and we have static methods. Called through instance only, can be called through class name, and the second one also, it can be called through class name. Though class methods and static methods can also be called through instances, there is no restriction. But instance methods cannot be called through class names. For example, if I try to write here test.display, will it work? So it is missing argument. You cannot write self here because self means the object. So you have not created any object, so it is not possible. Even if I write here T1, let's see what will happen. So there are so many problems. Class instance methods can be called through instances only, right? Class methods and static methods, they can be called through class name or instance, doesn't matter. You can use any method. So let me save it once again. Private members का भी आपको बता दिया. How do you declare a private member? Let me see what's next. Just a minute. Okay. Then we have nested classes. Just like we have discussed nested loops. There are nested classes also. Means a class declared within another class. Let us take up an example of this. We are declaring a class named outer. We'll define its constructor. Self, I'll write self dot a is equal to say 10. Then self dot I is equal to inner. Here also I'll have to write self dot inner. Then let us have a display function in this. So when we write self, it means it is a instance function. Okay. Print self dot a and self dot I dot display. I'll explain. Let me write it first, then I'll explain everything to you. Now, right now, what is self dot inner and what is self dot I dot display are not clear because we need to create a class inner here in which let us have a constructor. We'll write here self dot b is equal to 20 and let us write a display function in this. Print self dot b self dot b. Now probably things will be clear to you. You can see it here. Uh, First, let's focus on the inner class in which we have created a instance attribute b, which is initialized to 20. Then we have created a display function for inner class where we are displaying value of instance attribute b. Now come to outer class. In its constructor, we are creating two instance attributes. One is the first one is simple integer. Second one is basically object of the inner class. Is this thing clear? Self dot I is equal to self dot inner. What is inner? Inner is a class. So it means I is an object of inner class. Then we'll go to its display function. So here I'm writing self dot a. It means it is showing the value of a instance attribute. Then I am calling self dot I dot display. Through this I object, I am calling display function of inner class. Let us check it. O is equal to outer. Now we have created an object of outer class. I'll write O dot display. Let's see what it will do. It is saying O is not defined. Why? We have created outer. Oh, sorry. Small O tha. Okay, fine. Here. Now, what it is saying, inner object has no attribute B. Why? Let us create inner O, then I dot display. What has happened here? Self B is equal to 20. Yes, fine. Self dot B, it's also fine. What's the problem then? Why is it saying inner object has no attribute B? And the problem is in line number 15, B, self dot B. Oh, the problem. See, it's a very minor problem, and the error message is not reflecting the problem. I have written here single underscore. I should have written double. That was the basic problem. So let's not create this object right now. Here, I'm running it again. You can see it is printing 10 and 20. Problem was that for constructor, I had written only one underscore, whereas there are two underscores required before and after the constructor name, init. Okay, so what is happening here? When we created an object of outer, what it has done, its constructor will be called, an instance attribute A will be created with initial value 10, and an object of inner class will be created, which is I. So when you are creating object of inner class, then its constructor will also be called, where you will create one more instance variable, which is B, and its initial value is 20. So after creating the object, you are calling O dot display. So when you will call display, it will print the value of A, and then it will further call display function of inner class, where it will display value of B. Is it clear, bache?
Yes, sir.
So now I
Yes,
have
sir.
created, now I want to create an object of inner class. You can see it here, it is giving an error because inner in itself means nothing. It is defined within outer. So we can use it through outer only. So if you want to create object of inner class, you will have to write outer dot inner. And then through this and I call the display function, it will display only 20. Clear everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then last topic for today, थोड़ा सा inheritance discuss करते हैं. Let me save it. 04. So now we'll discuss inheritance. I had told you that inheritance means ability to create new classes using existing classes. So let me create a class A first. Let me pass a parameter here. X is equal to 10, and I'll create an instance attribute. Okay, then we'll create a function display. We'll make it an instance function. The moment you write self here, it becomes an instance function. If you will write CLS, it becomes a class function. Okay, so we have a very simple class A. We can use it here. For example, A is equal to A. We have created an object of A. Or let me write it object of A. It will be better. So through this object of A, I'm calling display function. Up to now, it's a very normal class. no inheritance is involved. Now, when we are to create a new class, using this, we will write class B. Within bracket, we'll write A. It means B is derived from A. We will define its constructor. Here, I'll write self dot B is equal to Y. Okay. What will happen now? A is the base class here, and B is derived class. Because of inheritance, B will acquire or B will inherit all the properties and all the behavior of class A. It means A, this instance attribute A will also become part of B. So what I'll do, X, I'll set it equal to X here. I'll declare one more variable here. X is equal to 100, let it be. I'll set it equal to X. Then B is, we are extending it now. We are extending class A in B. I told you this instance attribute will become part of B, and then B is adding its own instance attribute. And let us have a function here. We can, now what this thing is called, I'll tell you. I told you that when you create a new class, derived class, then derived class will inherit all the properties and behavior of base class. So it means display function is also inherited by B. But what we are doing, we are defining it again. We are giving it a new meaning now. So here I'll write print self dot A and self dot B. Okay. So let's create two objects. Object B is equal to B, and an object A is there. Through object B, I am calling display function. Look at the difference, what will happen. Because of first display function, since it is displaying value of A only of its instance attribute, it is writing 10. In second case, which is important, I have passed two parameters here, right? I am not passing any parameter here. It means the default values of these parameters will be assigned. We had discussed it earlier also. Now suppose I pass here 1 and 2, then the answer will be different. So sorry, not here. While creating object, when I'll pass two values, 1 and 2, then it will be X and Y will get new values 1 and 2, and accordingly A and B will be initialized. Is it clear, bache? Yes, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'm making a small change. I'm naming it display 1 and I'm naming it display 2. I'm creating only one object of B, right? And then I'm calling display 1 and object B dot display 2. See what will happen. Since display 1 basically belongs to A, but it is inherited by B, when you will call this through object of B, it will display value of A, which is 1. Because of this, its value is 1. When you will call display 2, which is exclusively function of B class itself, it will print 1 and 2. Is this thing clear, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubts in whatever we have discussed till now? इस सबको implement करके देखना, videos check करना. I'll share those in a few minutes. इस सबको check करना. Okay. I'm naming it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, what is the importance of this? Or last time, I think Mansi was asking about that project. Mansi, आपने पूछा था?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I am giving you a hint. मैं एक दो hint दूंगा, बाकी project आपको खुद करना है. Okay. उसमें जो कुछ भी दिया था, have you gone through the data files of the project? Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Okay. उसमें क्या था? उसमें date है, time है, and some 16 16 or 17 different values are there apart from date and time, right? So what you can do, आप एक जो रो है डेटा की उसको पहले स्प्लिट करो, राइट? स्प्लिट करके जो बाकी की वैल्यूज हैं उनको अलग निकाल दो, डेट एंड टाइम को अलग निकाल दो, राइट? देन डेट एंड टाइम को फर्दर डिवाइड करो और उसकी डेट क्लास बना लो, एक डेट क्लास बनाओ, एक टाइम क्लास बनाओ और एक बनाओ वेदर डेटा की क्लास। दिस इज द हिंट आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू, इससे ज्यादा नहीं दूंगा मैं, बाकी सब आपको खुद ही करना है। ओके, तो जब क्लासेस बना लोगे इट विल बी वेरी इजी। डेट या टाइम की क्लास विल ट्राई टुमारो, मैं आपको दिखा दूंगा कैसे बना सकते हैं, और उसको यूज प्रॉपर कैसे करना होगा फर्दर वो आपको खुद करना है। डेट इनबिल्ट भी है, टाइम इनबिल्ट भी है, पर आपने अपनी खुद की क्लास बनानी है। ओके,
Okay, sir.
हमने एक रिकर्सिव वाला प्रोग्राम किया था, यू कैन सी इट हियर, ये फिबोनाची रिकर्शन वाला प्रोग्राम हमने किया था। आई हैव एडेड
Yes, sir.
आई हैव एडेड टाइम इनटू इट, मैं ये भी आपको आज शेयर कर दूंगा, आपको देखना इसको, इसमें हमने टाइम को कैसे यूज किया। I'm just what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to find out कि दो डिफरेंट एल्गोरिदम्स हैं, एक लूप के बेस पे है, एक रिकर्शन के बेस पे है, वन इज आइटरेटिव एंड अदर इज रिकर्सिव, दोनों में टाइम कितना लग रहा है। हैव अ लुक एट इट। I have used I have used the time class in this. You can see it here. For iterative, it is saying time taken is 0, and for the other one, recursive, time taken is 5.66 seconds. Right? It's very easy. What you need to do, simply टाइम इंपोर्ट करो, टाइम डॉट टाइम फंक्शन कॉल करो, उसको बिगिन में स्टोर कर लो, परफॉर्म द ऑपरेशन, उसके बाद फिर से कॉल करो, उसको एंड में स्टोर कर लो, एंड देन उन दोनों का डिफरेंस दिखा दो। यू विल बी एबल टू नो हाउ मच टाइम योर एल्गोरिथम हैज टेकन, लाइक हाउ मच टाइम दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट ऑफ द लूप हैज टेकन, आपको आइडिया लग जाएगा, राइट? तो एनीवेयर you can use this concept अगर आपने कहीं देखना हो how much time a particular algorithm is taking for a given set of data or for a given number of iterations, you can check it like this. Similarly date भी inbuilt है, पर आपने inbuilt ना date use करनी है ना time use करना है। okay, tomorrow इन दोनों में से मैं कोई एक आपको करवा दूंगा, या date या time, so that you may get some idea that how to implement these things. Okay, that's all for today. We'll continue tomorrow. Take care.